Guys, look, when five major producers are literally begging, not asking, begging for Sonia and Maurice to work together again, you know something special is happening here. These are business people who don't beg for anything, but they see what we all see, magic. The kind that translates directly into viewership, engagement, all of it. They're not chasing a trend, they're chasing lightning in a bottle. And honestly, smart move on their part. Think about it for a second. Producers are usually the ones calling the shots, making demands, setting terms. But now the table has turned completely, and they're the ones pleading for this collaboration to happen. That alone should tell you the kind of value they're seeing in this pairing. They've probably run the numbers, checked the projections, and realized that a Sonia and Maurice project isn't just profitable. It's potentially explosive. The engagement metrics alone from their past work together must be insane for these producers to humble themselves like this. This is what happens when talent meets undeniable. Now this part right here, a Billionaire fan offering to personally fund an entire movie just to get these two back on screen together. That's not normal. That's the kind of thing that happens when chemistry transcends entertainment and becomes cultural. Think about it. Someone with that kind of money could invest anywhere, but they are choosing this. They're betting on Sonia and Maurice like it's a guaranteed return, and based on what we're seeing, they might be right. This billionaire could be funding tech startups, real estate, anything that traditionally gives high returns. But instead, they're putting their money into making sure these two work together again. That's passion meeting investment, and it shows just how deep the impact of Sonia and Maurice's partnership has reached. We're talking about someone who probably watches their work, sees the magic, and wants to be part of making more of it happen. When you have that kind of financial backing from someone who is genuinely invested emotionally, not just financially, you know the project has a different kind of energy behind it. This is unprecedented in the industry. What really gets me is how this appeal has spread beyond the usual fan base. We're talking about people who normally wouldn't even comment on these things. Suddenly they are invested. The reach has gone wider than anyone predicted. And that's because genuine connection always finds its audience. You can't manufacture what Sonia and Maurice have. People either see it or they don't, and clearly, a whole lot of people see it. I'm talking about demographics that typically don't overlap, age groups that usually have different tastes, all coming together around this one thing. You'll see younger viewers discovering their old work and getting hooked, older audiences who've been following from the beginning, and everyone in between. That cross-generational appeal is rare, and it's happening organically without forced marketing campaigns. The conversations are happening in places you wouldn't expect. Professional forums, family group chats, everywhere. When something breaks through barriers like that, it means the connection is authentic and powerful. That's the kind of cultural penetration money can't buy, and Sonia and Maurice have achieved it naturally. The praise Sonia's getting for staying calm and hardened against internet negativity, that's everything. People are genuinely proud of her because it shows growth, maturity, the kind of strength that doesn't come easy when you're in the spotlight. She could have crumbled under pressure, could have let the noise get to her, but instead she stood her ground. That's the kind of character people respect, and it's probably making her even more admired than before. We all know the internet can be brutal, especially for women in entertainment. The scrutiny, the criticism, the unnecessary hate, it comes from every direction. But Sonia has shown she's not about to let that break her spirit or change who she is. She's maintained her composure, kept her dignity intact, and continued pushing forward despite whatever negativity was thrown her way. That resilience is what's earning her respect from people who might not have even been fans before. They're seeing her character, her backbone, and they're rallying behind her because of it. This is how you turn critics into supporters, by showing them you're unknowable in your truth and your purpose. Here is what I find interesting. Maurice apparently supporting Sonia's new projects behind the scenes. No loud announcements, no public declarations. Just quiet, steady support. That's how you know it's real. When someone backs you without needing the spotlight for it, when they are helping your success without making it about themselves, that speaks volumes. And people are picking up on that energy. Trust me. In an industry where everything is usually announced, posted, and publicized for maximum attention, Maurice is choosing a different path. He's supporting from the shadows, helping Sonia's project succeed, without demanding credit or recognition. That's genuine care right there, the kind that exists whether cameras are rolling or not. People respect that kind of integrity because it shows his support isn't performative or strategic. It's authentic. He's investing in her success because he wants to see her win. Period. That's the kind of foundation that real partnerships are built on. And audiences can sense that authenticity even when they don't see the details. The whispers about his behind-the-scenes involvement are making people respect him even more. Canals posting old clips of Sonia and Maurice are literally making more revenue than channels posting new content. The hunger is absolutely real. That's the market speaking directly. All they actively seeking out their past work, rewatching moments, reliving the chemistry. When nostalgia outperforms current content, that's not just sentiment, that's demand. Measurable demand that can't be ignored. Content creators have noticed this pattern and they are capitalizing on it. A 5-year-old clip of Sonia and Maurice together will get more views, more engagement, more revenue than a brand new video featuring current popular content. That's wild when you think about it. It means people aren't just casually interested, they're hungry for anything involving these two. They're searching for it, clicking on it, sharing it, commenting on it. The algorithm is picking up on this massive interest and pushing these old clips even harder. Some channels have completely pivoted their content strategy to focus on Sonia and Maurice archives, because the numbers don't lie. When old becomes more valuable than new, you're dealing with something legendary. 5 producers competing for the same partnership tells you everything about the business calculation happening here. They've done the analytics, seen the numbers, tracked the engagement, and they all reached the same conclusion independently. That's not coincidence. They know that a Sonia Maurice project is basically pre-sold before a single frame is shot. The risk is minimal, the potential is massive, and they are all scrambling. Imagine being in those boardrooms where these decisions are made. Each producer probably has a whole presentation showing projected returns, engagement rates, market penetration, all pointing to the same goldmine opportunity. They're not just hoping this works. They have data proving it will work. Now they're all competing against each other, probably offering better terms, bigger budgets, more creative control, whatever it takes to secure this collaboration. The competition between them is probably driving up the value of the project even more. This is what happens when demand outweighs supply. Sonia and Maurice hold all the cards right now, and every producer knows it. The begging makes total sense from a business perspective. What Sonia and Maurice have is the thing every producer dreams of finding: general, undeniable chemistry. You can't write it into a script, can't coach it into existence, can't manufacture it in editing. Either the spark is there or it isn't, and with these two, it's clearly there. And audiences, they're smart enough to spot it. They can tell the difference between manufactured pairing and the real thing, and they're choosing to invest their time and attention accordingly. This is why casting directors spend months searching for the right combinations. Why chemistry reads are so important in the industry. Because when it works spectacularly, and when it doesn't, no amount of production value can save it. Sonia and Maurice hit that rare sweet spot where their energy together creates something bigger than either of them individually. It's in the way they play off each other, the timing, the unspoken communication that happens between them on screen. Viewers pick up on all of that subconsciously, and it draws them in. That's the X factor that can't be taught or created artificially. It just exists, and when you find it, you hold on to it. Sonia, handling negativity with grace, has actually elevated her image in ways controversy never could. People aren't just fans of her talent now. They're fans of her character, her strength, her resilience. They're watching her navigate pressure and come out stronger, and that's creating a different kind of loyalty. The kind that lasts beyond trends, beyond projects. The kind that makes people want to support everything she does moving forward because they believe in who she is. This is a masterclass in public perception management, honestly. Instead of responding to every criticism, engaging in online battles, or letting the negativity change her behavior, Sonia stayed focused on her work and her growth. That decision is paying dividends now because people see someone who's secure in themselves, unbothered by the noise, committed to their path. That's inspiring to watch, especially in an era where so many public figures seem to crumble under pressure or lash out defensively. Her composure has turned casual observers into dedicated supporters. They're not just rooting for her projects anymore. They're rooting for her as a person. That's a powerful shift that will benefit her career for years to come. When old clips outperform new movies, when billionaires start funding passion projects, when multiple producers are competing for the same talent pairing, that's bigger than just two people. That's a cultural moment forming right before our eyes. Sonia and Maurice have somehow become symbolic of something people want to see more of, and the industry is scrambling to meet that demand. Whether they planned for this or not, they are at the center of something significant, something that could shift industry trends. We are witnessing the kind of phenomenon that comes along maybe once in a decade. It's not just about entertainment anymore. It's about what they represent to audiences. Maybe it's the authenticity, maybe it's the chemistry, maybe it's the way they've handled everything with dignity and grace. Whatever it is, it's resonating on a massive scale. Cultural moments like this are rare and unpredictable. You can't force them into existence with marketing budgets or publicity stunts. They emerge organically when the right elements align at the right time. And right now, Sonia and Maurice are that alignment. The industry is taking notes, trying to replicate it, understand it, capitalize on it. But the truth is, what they have is unique and unrepeatable.